One, two, three. Download the Nighthawk app on your phone to install your router. Secure your devices with Netgear Armor. Do more with the app. Okay, that's basically it. So to be fair, this router is not for the biggest house in the world. It covers about 1,500 square feet of space, and walls are going to interfere with that, so maybe you're looking at closer to 1,000. I don't know. So you might want some extenders and maybe a mesh setup, which they do offer. Something like this to have a mesh setup so you can have more access points around your house so you can get the strongest signal no matter where you are. Inside the box, I have a nice flat black Ethernet cable with a nice amount of length, along with the power adapter to give this thing all the juice it needs. And then we have it right here in all its glory. Okay, it didn't really peel off, it kind of just came off, so it wasn't really that exciting, but look at that shine! We're looking at 1, count them, 2, count them, 3 antennas to give us all that wireless connectivity. Over on the front we have 5 LED indicator lights. First one, power LED. 2, internet LED. 3, Wi-Fi LED. 4, Ethernet LED. And 5, WPS LED. Pretty much it'll tell you everything that's going on right here, although you have the app, so you don't ever have to look at this. Unless the app doesn't work, then I guess you have to do it the old-fashioned way. Over on the back of the WPS button, the Ethernet in port from your modem. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ethernet out ports at 1 gigabit speeds. A reset button to reset everything, and then the power port to get all that juice. Down on the bottom, of course, it does say your wireless network name and password by default. Of course, you're going to want to change that. Probably. A lot of people don't, though. But of course, if you don't want to use the app, you can go to the router login page and log in like the old-fashioned way. Down on the bottom, we do have some rubberized feet along with some mounting ports so you can mount this to a wall. And really, not much to see. Just a bunch of ventilation areas, and it's just a router. Woo!
I'll take you guys a little tour around the hardware at first. As you can see, there are the 4 antennas. This does 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And this has covered my 2,700 square foot house. I have tested the speeds anywhere in my house and I still get my 100 download. I haven't had any problems with that so far. Connectivity has been great. I haven't had a drop yet, which I did have problems with that with my previous router. For the design, as you can see, it's got this kind of cool design to it. It is pretty slim as well. Up front are these lights. They're actually not too bright, which is good to see. Some of them get a little bright and can be kind of annoying at night. As you can also see, there's the 2.4 and 5. You can turn off the 5 if you want. I have both of them running. Up here is a USB 3.0 port, and I'll show you guys when I go through the software and how I use that, and what ways you can use it if you need something else. Going around back, there's just the standard 4 LAN, 1 WAN, and of course the power. Pretty standard for all routers. And that is pretty much it for the hardware. There's nothing too special with it, but it does do the job, and the speeds are consistent.
Today I'm looking at the extremely popular Netgear AC1200 Wi-Fi router. The AC1200 is a dual band Wi-Fi router, and this is important if you're coming from an older router like I was. And I'll show you how it holds up against my 6-year-old Netgear router later in the video. And if you're wondering, the unit I'm testing today is the base R6120 model. There is also a version with gigabit LAN connections, and I'll leave a link to that model as well below the video. On the outside, the AC1200 is a pretty sleek looking device that'll fit right into any living room or gaming setup. It has a gloss black plastic body with 2 antennas on the back. Now, unlike some other routers which can be placed upright, this can only be placed horizontally. It has a few LED indicators on the front, and I'll talk about them when setting it up. It has all its ports and switches on the back. It has a USB port all the way to the right. I'll tell you what that's for in a minute. To the left of that is a reset or push to connect button, the power button, its DC socket, the blue Ethernet port to connect to your modem, more about that soon, and 4 wired Ethernet ports if you want wired internet. Now, when you buy the router, it comes with its power adapter and an Ethernet cable to hook it up to your modem. The quick start guide is also pretty simply laid out with very easy to follow instructions to set it up. One other important thing you'll find in the box is a small sticker that looks like this. The sticker will have a network name and password. We're going to need this as we set it up, and it's important to save it for future use. If you ever need to reset your router to factory settings to start setting it up, make sure your modem is working and connected to the internet. Now, the modem could be a cable or fiber modem. The AC1200 will work with almost any type of internet connection. Plug the provided Ethernet cable into the port on the back of your modem, then plug the other end into the blue port on your AC1200, plug your AC adapter into the back of your router, and then plug it into a wall outlet to power it on. Now, if the LED indicator on the front doesn't turn on immediately, make sure your power button on the back is on. Once it comes to life, the LEDs will turn on and off as it goes through its connection sequence. This could take a few minutes. If everything works as expected, at least the 3 LEDs on the left should turn a solid green.